I think that's a fine way to look at it. I don't think any story completely relies on it, but I do think that more and more it's starting to. So I think like especially these geek universes, like prepare yourself for having to consume a lot to get the entirety of I mean, look at the movie we're talking about today. You couldn't watch Endgame cold without at least watching Infinity War, and then even that wouldn't make sense without at least a lot of, if not all of the movies that came before it.
10 years.
So I
I
mean,
think I don't think there's one movie that you can have skipped. Well, that's an interesting question. What movie could you have skipped and not missed a beat in Infinity War and Endgame?
to not miss a beat, I think you have to watch everything. But I know that like when Endgame first came out, people were trying to compile lists of like these are the non-negotiables. Like you need like these six movies definitely
Yeah.
to at least understand it. But I mean, honestly, if you want the whole story, you need all, what, 22? All 22, 23 movies.
I'm going to say 21. There's one movie I think we can get rid of.
And it also helps to have Black Widow, which is retroactively in the middle of that, so, but
Sure.
what's the one you can get rid of?
Take a guess. What don't we need to completely be fine and save 2 hours and 30 minutes of our lives?
Well, I guess you don't need, I mean, just for me, I guess you don't need the first Incredible Hulk movie
Nah,
because
you need that.
I mean, he's kind of reintroduced in the Avengers. And when he's introduced in the Incredible Hulk, it's not even really an origin story. He's already the Hulk.
Sure,
So
but that's just character placement.
nothing about that comes into play.
Yes, it does, because you need to understand why he's having a transformation problem.
I guess. But I feel like you can get that from the Avenger movies and Thor Ragnarok. I feel like you can.
Maybe.
I guess you might miss a beat. I don't know. I feel like I know what you're gonna say, but if that's it, then then I disagree, and I feel like you're gonna say Captain Marvel.
No, no, we need
Oh,
her.
then I don't know.
We need her. We don't need Doctor Strange.
Yeah, well, you need to know that he has the Time Stone, that he's the Sorcerer
He
Supreme.
literally sums up the entire movie that he's in the interaction with him and Tony when he slaps him with the gauntlet cape, or we made a promise to protect the Time Stone. Okay, done. That's it. You don't need the movie.
But you have an origin for every other character that you see in these two movies. So I mean,
Maybe, but I feel
again,
like if we're gonna try,
I
like,
feel like that's the same as the Incredible Hulk. Then I feel like if you're saying that, then you don't need this. Then I would say you also don't necessarily need Captain Marvel because you have the post credit scene that has her show up and say, "Where's Nick Fury?"
we technically don't need any of them.
And then so I mean, you could.
Maybe Guardians 2.
Yeah, Guardians 2 you might not need, except you have a line in Infinity War when Quill explains that he's only
I
half
had to
human.
kill my
So if
father,
it's
and yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh, why is he only half human? What's the other half? What is he then?
yeah. That's true.
Does he have powers? What does that mean? So, I mean, again, and this goes to the point, like, if you're a completist and you want an explanation for most, if not everything, you need all of it. Other people may look at that line and be like, oh, he's not half human. That's fine. He's a space guy, whatever.
I suppose
It
you're
doesn't
right.
matter. There's other aliens in this, so that's fine.
But audience, what do you think? We're waiting. Tell us.
Yes, please.
Right,
I'm
right
looking
now.
at my phone right now, expecting a text or a call, being like, I was just, I had my ear pressed to your door just now, and I was listening to
Yeah.
what you were saying.
Drop us a comment on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Instagram about whether you think the multimedia expansion of these intellectual properties benefits or detracts from the original story.